Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing well today. Well, it could be good afternoon, it could be good evening. It could be a lot of different times that you're taking this class, but welcome for another lovely mat session. I have a lovely pillow today to sit on top of. We're just going to start like we normally do with our breathing. And I'm going to sit nice and tall with my legs in crisscross applesauce as I stare out this window on a wintry day where my trees are frozen. It's lovely in the mornings sometimes when you stare at this beautiful icy set of trees. Anyway, all right, so I'm bringing us back. We will need two 2-pounder weights if you have them accessible and nearby. And we will also be using a stretch out strap. And if you have a pillow and a blanket or a roller handy, allow that to be somewhere nearby as well. All right, so along those lines, I'm gonna look at my time. All right, here we go. Let's get started with a few breaths. I need to calm myself down first, so that's how we will begin. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna think of all the amazing things in the world that are going right to bring myself into a feeling of gratefulness, just thankful that I'm healthy today. So that's where my mind and spirit are, is that I'm very grateful that I'm healthy. And on that note, we'll have 5 breath cycles. One more. Lovely. Okay, so I would love to start by opening up our chest and shoulders and my neck this morning. So I'm going to take the pillow aside and I'm going to fold it so my neck can rest on it. I'm going to lie on my side. I'm actually going to go this way today. I know I always go that way, so why not change directions? I'm going to let my right earlobe go on the pillow, and my right shoulder and my arm are in a happy place. The left leg is nice and long. Hopefully the hips are stacked one on top of each other. Left arm comes up. You're going to let your left hand kiss the right hand. And then from here, you're going to let your left hand go so far forward and slide it towards the earth. And then bring it back on top of your right hand. Slide it across the middle of the forearm, which is your lower arm, and then lift it up and back somewhere behind you as you look up at the ceiling. And then you lift that left arm up and over to the right hand. And you're going to slide this right hand as far forward so your whole left hand, so your whole left side rolls towards the earth. And then you're going to slide that hand back on top of the right hand, go towards the middle between your wrist and your elbow area, and then lift that left hand up and back somewhere behind you. Let's go for 3 more. Tempo this time. On the next one, keep that left hand behind you and then look up at the ceiling and give yourselves 3 extra breaths into that left side of your body. And see if you can allow your left lungs to open up like an accordion a little bit more. And wring it out like a soft, wet sponge. And that sponge, as it's dried up, it opens up. Excellent. And then roll back towards the right hand. Take a moment and then come back on your back for a second. Excellent. Oh my goodness, that makes my left side feel so much nicer. So I know I need to give the right side love. And I'm going to stay over here, guys. I'm going to show you my back side. I apologize. I'm just going to roll over onto my left side of my hip. My left shoulder is happy. Left hand is stretched out nice and long out in front of me. And now from here, my right leg is nice and long. My hips are hopefully perpendicular to the earth. And then my right hand is on top of the left hand. I'm going to roll my right hand forward, drag it down on the earth as far forward so my upper body rotates towards the earth on the right side. Drag it back on top of the hand, go between your wrist and your elbow on the lower arm, and then take that right arm up and back somewhere behind you. Range of motion on one side may be different, so be mindful. 5 of these on this side. And remember, use your breath. This is all about allowing our breath to find fluidity with our movement, to help us move with ease and efficiency. And that was 3 for me. I know I'm going a little slower. My right side needs extra love. 2 more. And then I'm going to stay here and give myself 3 extra breaths in this twisted position. And I'm sending a message to my right lungs to open as much as available. Last one. All right. And then I'm going to come back over with my right hand. And then going back to lying on my back one more time. Much more even. Yay. All right. So I'm going to take the pillow aside. And one more nice thing for the lower half of the body. I'm going to move the pillow to right below, in between my low back and my bum area. And then I'm going to invite my strap to come into play. So I'm going to take the last loop in the left foot, stretch the right leg nice and long out in front of me. If you do not have a stretch out strap, don't worry. We could always use a towel or a dog leash, whatever you have available. Just be mindful that your shoulders are relaxed and your head, neck, and eyes are happy and soft. All right, so now from here, just a few little hamstring stretch augmentation. So you're just going to breathe out as you pull that left leg towards you. The right leg is nice and heavy on the earth. It's also getting a stretch across the front of that hip, hopefully, because it's a little elevated. All right, so now breathe into this as you point your foot and flex your foot, and a point and a flex. And I'm also letting my left bum reach for the right foot. Left side of my bum, the sit bone, reaching for the right foot. 2 more. Total of 7. And then we come back to center, and now I'm going to imagine I have a key lock across the ceiling. I'm going to open the key lock and then close the key lock. So it's a very subtle range of motion coming from your thigh bone meeting the hip area to loosen up that joint space. All right. And imagine I've poured oil, so your thigh bone's rolling very smooth. You're opening and closing the keyhole with the key, which is your heel. And that heel is connected to your sit bone. And it's just letting that pelvis stay happy. All right, that was 7 for me. And now we get to go into 7 circles. And let these circles be as large or as small as your body needs this morning. And breathe. Or afternoon or evening, whenever you're taking this class. Excellent. From that 7th one, you're going to pull it a little closer to you. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders forward, just into a lovely little sternum fold, and as high of a sternum fold as your body allows you to go to, and then you're just going to roll back down. So we're not going to roll all the way up like we would if we were doing climb a tree. This is just half of your climb a tree. Take a nice inhale, exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders forward, relaxing your neck, being able to turn all ways possible, and then rolling back down. And I had to remind myself, light hand grip. Let's go for 5 of these, so we have 2 more if that's correct counting wise. One more. And then back down. I'm going to get myself out of this loop. Oh, and stretch away and notice how much longer your left side feels. I don't know if the camera really shows, but man, I'm much longer on the left side. So we know we're going to give the right side love. Bring your right foot into the loop. And then remember, right sit bone reaches for your left foot to keep that whole right side body nice and long. Pull that leg as close to you as it's available, with that leg getting longer. So having a little micro bend in the knee, but not a large bend in the knee. Let that thigh bone really release into that hip socket, point, and flex at the ankles 7 times. And after the 7th one, we go into those keyhole, rolling the thigh bone out and in. Round 2 and 7 rounds, 3, both directions. And 4, imagine the heel is literally rolling around across the ceiling tiles, in and out. And that's opening up your thigh bone in the hip socket. Fluid joint space. That was 7, and then we take it into those large leg circles or small. What feels good for you? Be kind to yourselves. Left leg has a purpose. It's stretching across the front of the hip as we're exploring the right side. This is 7 for me. And then I'll reverse pattern. Direction of my circle. Wonderful. And now from there, I'm going to pull that leg a little closer to me. Easy head, neck, and shoulders. Take an inhale and then exhale, curl my head, neck, and shoulders into that deep sternum fold. And then rolling back down. Your whole purpose is to allow your front body to get heavier into your back body, because right now the back is giving us the support so we can work the front of our back in a much happier place. The front of our back, meaning the front body. Those deep, deep abdominals get a lot of love here. Here's number 4. And I think we did 5 on the other side. We might as well go for 5 on this side. Easy hand grip, Vidya. Here's number 5. And then I come down. I'm going to come out of this strap. Oh yes, I love that feeling. Stretch both legs. Lovely. I'm going to bend my legs, put my feet on the mat, take the pillow aside. We may need it again in a moment, but we might not. So I'm going to put it nearby just so it's accessible to me. And each heel is in front of each bone prospectively. And then from there, I'm going to take a nice inhale. Exhale, curl my tailbone just to let the small of my back nestle into the earth, and then release it back to where you were in neutral. Take an inhale, exhale, the small of your back presses into the earth. Inhale, release. Exhale, heavy chest, heavy back of your throat. Eyes soft, a hint of a smile to keep the jaw relaxed. And I've got suction cups in my feet, so the ball of my feet and the heels are being magnetized to the earth. And now I'm going to go into a bridge. So curling your tailbone, peeling your hips up, allowing the knees to feel like they're resting on top of the heels. The leg bones are resting on top of the ankle bones. The front of your hips are getting a glorious extra stretch and opening here. And then from there, we just roll back down. Each time we give ourselves an extra little breath. So that was one breath cycle worth of being in a bridge. Next time it's 2 breath cycles. On your third exhale, you peel your way back down, melting that vertebra one at a time, all the way down to the earth. Last one. We curl our tailbone, peel our hips up, 3 breath cycles, and then stay. I'm going to give you a little bit more. Breathe. And now from there, bring your right leg into a tabletop. Keep it there. Stretch that leg up to the sky. Let that right leg roll all the way down to kiss the earth and lift it back up. All the way down. Point or flex the ankle. What feels good for you today? 5 of these. 4. We're working 2 halves of the pelvis in a different way. 5. And then bend at the knee. Put that foot down. Adjust your hips if necessary. Take a break in the middle if needed. If not, join me for the left side. Left leg comes into tabletop. Stretch that leg up in the sky. Roll that thigh bone all the way down and forward. We went for 5 on the other side. We might as well go for 5 on this side. 4 and 5. And then we bend at the leg. Roll back down. How did that go? I hope well. I know I can't hear or see you, but I like to pretend I can. All right, so now from there, that was excellent. We have one more fun little positioning here. You're going to curl your tailbone, peel your hips up again one last time. And I've got my hands on my hip bones, those pointy things that you can feel across the top of the pelvis on either sides of your thigh bones. So not along the outside, but more on the inside on the top of your body. From there, you're going to let your right hip dip down and lift it back up. And then the left hip dips down and you lift it back up. You're in your bridge. Chest is soft. Right hip dips down, lift it up. Left hip dips down, lift it up. Right and back. Left and back. 2 more each side. And left and back. Last one. And then we roll back down. Why did I have my hands there? So I can kind of help myself to realize I'm letting that side of the pelvis roll down. All right, so now arms go up behind you. We get to go into a roll-up. Now, if you're one of those who do not like roll-ups and you do one leg roll-ups, by all means, go there. We're going for 6 of them all together. Arms float up right over your chest. Head, neck, and shoulders curl forward, and you start your peeling off of your mat as you roll all the way up. Or you can call this your sit-up. And then we roll back down. Keep that lovely shape. Remember your talk test. It will help you keep your airway open. Very, very important. And here we go, number 2. I'm very slow at rolling up and down because this is a lovely massage for my spine. And I love rolling up and down. I love this roll up exercise. And here's my 3rd one. Just breathe however many breaths in and out you need. And 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Once you roll all the way up, come up to sitting tall. Here's where we'll need our hand weights. I'm actually going to come back and turn the other way. Don't feel like showing you my backside for the whole class. There we go. You know I'm obsessed with these lovely 2-pounders. If you don't have 2-pounders, by all means use 2 water bottles, 2 canned goods, whatever you have available. And I'm sitting as tall as I can, and I've got my knuckles toward each other, elbows wide. And literally, I'm going to shrug my shoulders up and release. Just that part 7 more times. Just so I can notice how slippery those shoulder blades can slide. Here's 5. And I'm sitting as tall as available. Last one. Excellent. So now that I know where my shoulders can literally rest where they're comfortable, I'm going to open up my arms out to the sides to a T. And move a little further away from the wall here. All right. So now from here, arms are broad side to side. From that position, I'm going to pelvic tilt, curling off of my sit bones and my tailbones. And in this position, hopefully you feel a lovely opening for the small of your back and no neck tension. If there's any neck tension because of the weights, drop your arms down a little bit more and see if that helps you. So go where it feels comfortable. Please honor your body. And now we're just going to take our arms out in front of us, shoulder width apart, and we take it right back out to the sides. We stay in this pelvic tilt for a while. Here's number 3. And 4. 5. 2 more, please. And 1 more. Pause. Now my left arm is going to twist and take it all the way towards the right side. And then I'm going to take it back out to the left. Same side. Going for 7 as well. At any time, if you need a break, take a break. And rejoin. And 6. And 7. And now the right side. Remember, please take a break if you need one. After those 7, fold forward. Whew. Yes, definitely warming up those deep, low abdominals. All right, coming back to sitting up nice and tall. This time, palms are going to turn up, arms are out in front of you as you pelvic tilt. So much kinder in this place. And now your right arm is going to stay put. We start on the left side again. Left arm's going to go down, around, and back. 5 circles. Because what goes one way also goes the other way. And you're in your pelvic tilt the whole time. And now the other way. Same side. Let's go to the right. If you needed a break, you take a break. I hope you can hear the quivering happening in my voice, because I am quivering. And I love this feedback. And we reverse. And you're going to fold on top of those thigh bones, ditch the hand weights. Whew. I hope that felt good for you. It sure did for me. So now from here, we're going to go into a little bit of a speediness, but that doesn't mean that you're going to work so fast that you don't have your breath. Go to where it feels like you can still breathe pretty well. Bring your legs as close to you. We get to go into rolling like a ball, single leg stretch, and double leg stretch, and hopefully crisscross. So here we go. 5 times rolling like a ball, or rolling like a baby. Remember your head and neck. Stay happy. Head never touches the ground ideally, and feet never touch the ground. But if they do, don't scold. Here's 4. And last one, 5. Stay. Send the right leg away. Hold your head if you need to with your right hand. Roll your way all the way to the tip of your shoulder. Keep holding your left hand to your left leg. When you feel ready, take your right hand away. Hold with both hands. Take an inhale, exhale, switch legs. Inhale, exhale, switch legs. Bring that knee as close to your nose as it's available without having to hurt yourself. Super, super important that you're kind to yourself. You're just switching back and forth. You have one more round. Hug both knees into your chest, double leg stretch. Legs and arms go away from each other, and then circle the arms and hug your knees towards you. Legs and arms go away from each other. Hug. Ideally, you stay folded in your sternum fold. If your neck bothers you, lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Take a break. Come back and visit us. Last one. And now pause. Hold your head and neck in your hands. Send your right leg nice and long away from you. Twist towards your left knee with your armpit. Back to center and twist. So it's your single leg stretch with a little twist. And I think this is 5. How did it go? I hope well. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock your knees side to side. Turn your head and neck whatever direction they want to go. Mine go opposite of the knees, but you just explore. All right. Since we're already here, we're going to go right into corkscrew preparation. I'm going to take my arms down by my sides, take the legs up towards the sky. Let both legs go over to the left, the right hip lifts. Create a little smiley face with my legs down to the right side and then back to center. So a little semicircle towards the right, down and around to the left, back to center, towards the left, to the right, back to center, towards the right, down and around to the left, back to center. One more each way. Excellent. Now from here, I'm going to bring the right leg towards me and hold with my right hand and my left hand. Curl my head, neck, and shoulders. Left leg goes nice and long away from you. Scissors. And switch. And switch. And switch. Switch. And last one, switch. Hug your knees. Rock your way up. Very nice. Let's go right into saw from there. Legs nice and wide, a little wider than your mat width. Arms nice and wide side to side. Twist towards your right foot with your left hand. Right hand turns up towards the sky. Pulse, 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 back to center. Twist the other way. Pulse, 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 back to center. Twist, breathe, 2, 3, inhale, exhale, twist, 2, 3, inhale, exhale, twist, 2, 3, twist. Last one, both sides. Excellent. So now from there, we're going to go on to our sides next. Few fun things today, and let's see how it goes. At any time, if you need to lower all the way down onto your side, by all means, please do so. All right, I'm going to go on my left forearm. My right leg is nice and long. Move a little bit more forward so I have lots and lots of room. My left elbow, left hand are in line with each other, hopefully. Left shoulder is happy. I'm not slumped into my shoulder. I'm up and out of my shoulder. Left hip and left elbow have a conversation happening. Head and tail have a conversation happening. Front of my ribs talking to the back of my ribs. The front of my body feeling like I have suspenders and they're being pulled up towards my earlobes. Holding my hand in my head in my right hand, lifting that right leg off, hip width apart, and now we swing it freely forward. Inhale, exhale, point the foot as it goes back. Inhale, flex, exhale, point. So here's something fun next. As the leg goes forward, twist and look above. As the leg goes down, twist and look below. Twist and twist. Twist and twist. And this is 6. First 2 are just trial. 7. And now pause here. We're going to come back to center. That right leg is going to go into a little bicycle pattern. We're going to try to kick that leg forward, bend, reach it back behind you. Swing it all the way out in front of you, bend, reach it back. Here's number 3. 5 one way, 5 the other way. 4 and 5. And now we swing it back, bend at the knee and reach it out in front. Reach, 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 bend and reach. Circle down and behind you, bend and reach. Last 2. Last 1. And then take a tiny moment of rest. If you have those 2-pound hand weights ready, grab it somewhere near you. Come back to that same position. Right arm is going to stretch nice and long. And now my right leg is down, so I'm going to take a side bend, reach that right arm up and over, turn and look at my left elbow. And then I'm going to come back, lift that right leg and kiss the hand with the leg. And then come back, curl above to open up the right lungs towards the sky. And reach the other way. Being mindful once again that I'm still open across the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Here's 3. And 4. 5. Sometimes I feel like I'm speaking super fast, guys. And 6. We're going for 7. Very nice. I'm going to let this right hand go out in front of me. Reach that right leg somewhere behind me. And now we'll open this up a little bit more. 7 circles both ways. Let your head, neck, and eyes look forward and slightly up. You're in this twisted position. 7 and 7 the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then carefully come up. Take this right leg across on top of the left leg. Open up towards the right side. Twist towards the right side. And stretch. The left leg can be long out in front of you or bent, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's just a lovely stretch for the right side of your hip. Whew. Fast and furious today, I feel like. Okay. And then coming back, I'm going to stretch both legs out in front of me. I love to check in with my body to notice how much easier I'm sitting on the right side. So now I cannot wait to give the left side love. So we start this whole process on the left side. What did we start with, you might wonder? Don't worry, I'm here to hopefully help you guide you along the right path. Right elbow, right hand in line with each other, right elbow, right hip, head and tail having a conversation. Front ribs, back ribs, suspenders, feeling like everything in the front is being lifted towards your earlobe. And then from there, we float that left leg off. Kick, kick forward. First two were trial. Kick, kick back. Kick, kick forward. And kick, kick back. So here we go. As the leg goes forward, you open the collarbone to the ceiling. As the leg goes back, you open the collarbone towards the earth. Twist down towards the earth and twist up towards the ceiling. That's 5. Here's 6. And here's 7. And then I come back to center. And now we go to those bicycle patterns. We kick the leg forward, bend at the knee, take it back behind us. Drag it across the front, bend and reach. Drag it across the front, bend and reach. Here's number 3. 2 more. And we go the other way. After that last one, here's the last one. And now we bend at the knee, we reach it forward and then circle it down. Bend behind us, reach, and then circle. There we go. Or swing. You get the idea. Left side always gives out on me. So now we grab that hand weight that's nearby. And my left hand is rested on that left thigh bone. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to arc my left side of my body, turn and look at that left elbow. This should remind you of your side bend in mat class. And then lift that leg. Lift up, arc up with your left lungs and your left ribs. Come back to center and lift. Your back should not bother you. Give yourself a subtle little pelvic tilt if the small of your back is taking over. I think that was just 4 for me. Here's 5. And 6. And 7. Very nice. I'm going to reach that left hand forward, drop the weight in my left hand. Keep that left leg somewhere behind me, broad open collarbones and shoulders, eyes slightly forward. 7 circles from the top of your thigh bone. And then we reverse. Excellent. And we let it go. And we come up, take that left leg, bend it on top of the right leg, if that's available. Otherwise, stretch your right leg out nice and long, which I'm going to do on this side, mainly because I'm protecting that right knee still. Right hand going around to your left thigh bone, twisting towards your left, looking behind your left shoulder. Very, very nice. All right. And then coming back, stretch both legs. Oh yes, out nice and long. I feel heavier across the sit bones. I'm able to fold a lot nicer and deeper. Okay, so for today, I'm actually going to use the pillow across the front of my ribs and my hips for lying on my belly, because I'm going to go into a couple of twists and I know it'll feel a little kinder for my body. So we are going on our bellies. And I've got a downward slope of the hips and the pelvis going underneath. All right, so here I am. I'm a little bit propped up onto my elbows at this time. I'm in a slight little sphinx position, as we would call this. And I'm going to try to see if I can keep my thigh bones in a neutral position. And then I'm going to ask my belly button to feel like it's floating up, release my bum, and then from there, I'm going to go into single leg kick. So my hands can clasp together or they can just stay right out in front of you. Eyes and neck happy, shoulders really relaxed. And now I start on the left side, left leg bends, kicks, kicks, and reaches away. So you point the foot, flex the foot, point it away. Point, flex, and a point, flex, and a point. It's not about how deep the knee bends. It's more about how much love are we giving where the thigh bone and the bum meet. It's that point of origin for this release for the front of our hips. That was 3. And here's 4th round for each side. I never count the first one, especially with single leg kick. Here's 6 and 6. Last one. Very nice. So now I'm going to melt back down. I'm going to let my head and neck rest on the back of my right hand and forearm. I'm going to reach behind me and hold on to the left ankle. If this isn't available, use your towel, put it around the ankle and hold on to the towels with your hands. And flex your foot into your hand. So thinking of the heel reaching up to the sky. You're going to take an inhale and exhale, float your head, neck, and turn and look at that left foot slightly. And then come back to center, let it all go. Going for 7 again. Here's number 2. And back. Hopefully you can continue to melt the front of your hips down into the earth. And 4. And 5. And it's a half rocking if you wanted to know the specifics of where this exercise might have originated from. And here's 7. And then let that leg go. Lie on your belly for a moment, just to notice how much longer, once again, that left leg became. So now relax shoulders. Your head is resting on the back of your left hand. You're going to reach behind you with your hand to your right ankle. Flex your foot into your hand. Breathe. And then from there, you're going to flex into that ankle to float your head and chest up. Turn and look at that right foot. And then you come back to center, let it all go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, belly button floats up towards the breastbone to help you. And then you come back to center and let it all go. And 2 more, please. Hang in there with me. You've got this. That was the 7th one. And then release, let go, lie on your belly for a moment. Oh yes, much, much better. So this next one, releasing those shoulders, I'm going to float both of my legs off. And I'm going to go into what I call thigh bones rotating. So I'm going to kiss the heels together as I externally rotate. And then the big toes kiss. Heels together, big toes kiss. And my knees are slightly off. Legs are definitely off. And I'm reaching my feet towards the wall behind me. It's as though I'm trying to reach my feet away from my earlobes. Imagining the spine is getting longer and more fluid. And here's 4, and 5, and 6, and last one, 7. Woo-wee, I know, what did I wake up with this morning, right? All right, so I'm just gonna bend both knees and roll my legs side to side, just to open up the small of my back a little bit more. You can hook these legs together and rock, or just let your legs go windshield wiper. Okay, was that enough of a break? It was for me. So now we'll take that into swan, a mini swan for the moment. My hands are going to go out to goalpost positions, the first part. I take an inhale, and then I'm thinking of dragging my hands towards my armpits as I float my eyes forward and slightly look forward and up. Airway open here. Just the front of my heart shining forward. Elbows are still down, and then rolling back down. Just that part for right now, because I'm going to add on after the fifth one. Here's number 2. Same principle, we don't get to clench our bum. Belly button stays floating up towards the breastbone and then back down. And number 3, pubic bone is pressing into the pillow here for me instead of the earth. Main reason why I got the pillow today. So it can be a little kinder for the pubic bone. Relax shoulders. Here's 4. On the 5th one, we're going to stay. So let's all do it together. Here's number 5. We stay without changing much of anything. Take the right forearm off and then the left forearm off. And now from here, let your arms go out to the sides to a T, and then take them overhead, long arm bones, and then bend them back into the goalpost or a W shape. And from that W out to the sides to a T, arms go up above and then back to a W. Out to the sides to a T, up above, and back to a W. Here's the last 2. And we're still floating, shining our heart forward. If there was a flashlight across the heart, it would be shining forward. And slightly up. And we get to rest back down. All right, I think we deserve a child's pose after that. So lift up and back into your child's pose. I'm going to get the pillow out of the way. You guys might have guessed it. We may be headed into plank territory in a moment. So enjoy your child's pose for another couple of breaths. Oh shoot, time is flying away, guys. What a shocker for me, right? It never stands still. All right, so usually we go into plank and we hold it and then we sometimes take our one leg off. Today we're going to see how we can take one hand off. We'll just play with it, and let's start being on our hands and knees first, going into a couple of cat-cows, just so we have a little bit more fluidity of our spine. Oh my gosh, it's moving much kinder. I'm just going into 3 more cat-cows. I love that feedback. And last one. Excellent. So now I'm going to walk far enough forward that I go out into my plank, into my kneeling push-up position first. Taking a nice inhale, exhale, curling the toes under, lifting my low belly into my plank. And then from there, finding how my heels are directly over the toes, I'm going to take my right hand off and put it back down. Left hand off, put it back down. Right hand kisses the right shoulder and back down. Left hand, left, right, left. Last one. And lifting up and back into your downward dog. I'm going to have to adjust my mat for a moment. Please forgive me. Stay in your downward dog. All right, so here we go. In our downward dog, we're going to take the right leg up in the air. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it in between the elbows, down into your plank. Up and back in the air again, 3-legged dog. In between the elbows, 5 each side. 3, 2, and last. Bring that leg down. Take a breather. And then we'll go to the other side. Left leg up. between the elbows, into plank, up and back. And last one. Back down into your downward dog. Ooh. Bend your knees. Relax back down. Sit back in child's pose. I need a little water, so forgive me, getting a little parched. All right, so grab those 2-pound weights again, and if you need a little assist for kneeling, grab your pillow again. If not, come up and join me. We're going to be tall kneeling for a moment, and the big toe side of my feet, the blade of the big toe side of my feet, are kissing each other. Principles for tall kneeling. Open hips, tail hanging loose, ribs right over the pelvis, front ribs, back ribs having a conversation, shoulders happy, really, really easy to shimmy around, arms nice and long by your sides. These are very simple. I'm just going to call them tricep kickbacks. I'm going to take my arms behind me somewhere, and then I'm going to bend from the elbows. The elbows stay behind me, open chest, kick the leg, arms back. 15 of these. 5, 6, that's why it's a 2-pound weight. 8, although we could probably do these with 3 or 5. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now long arm bones, tiny, tiny pulses up and up. It's as though they're going to go and kiss each other behind you, even though they won't. That's how open your collarbones are getting. 6, 7, 8, belly button stays lifted, open hips. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew! Let those arms swing a little for a moment. Head and neck should be happy. We did some thigh stretch a few weeks ago. We're going to go there again. So this time today, to get our hips open and going into our thigh stretch, we're going to take our arms out in front of us as counterweight and hinge back and come back to where you were. Arms go forward as you hinge back. Ideally, earlobes, shoulders, hips, knees all in one line. Subtle little pelvic tilt to protect the small of your back. Here's 4. It's your trust fall. 5, from your kneecaps. And 2 more. On the next one, see if you can stay in your hinge. From your hinge, open your arms out to the sides and bring them back. Hug a tree. If you don't like this, come back to tall kneeling and keep the hug a tree. 7 of these. Here's 5. 6. 1 more. Whew. Who is this mad woman today? And then come forward. Okay, so now from here, I'm going to step into my feet. I'm going to keep the weights because it might help me. I'm going to step forward with my right foot. Let my right foot plant so well that my body weight shifts forward to come all the way up to standing. And then take the right knee back down. Come back to kneeling. Just kneeling tall. We're not going to go all the way down to sit. And now the other side. Left foot forward. Hinge. Come all the way up. Left foot back. Back down to kneeling. This is our balance section today. We switch each time. Here's 2 more left. I stay forward. Head and neck stay afloat. Shoulders relaxed. Last one. Once you come down, ditch the weights. That was your balance section for today. So we're going to revisit some deep abdominals, a few more moments, and then I promise I have more stretches coming up. Whew, I hope you're winded. You can hear me breathing a little heavier. I love that feedback. So open leg rockers where we're headed next. That's why I'm scooting a little bit more forward. Pelvic tilt. You can start with bent leg rocker. Right thigh bone comes towards you, left thigh bone. Stretch both legs if available. Rock back and rock forward. Here's 3. 2 more. 1 more. And pause. Holy moly, there we go. And now I'm going to bring those legs together and open them apart. I'm still holding with my hands, but they're just barely holding. 3. And last one, 5. Pause. Teaser, here we come. Right hand, left hand, roll back to the tip of your shoulder blade. Arms go out to the sides to a T, curl forward. Roll down to the tip of your shoulder blade. Step into your feet to curl forward. Think of lifting something heavy with your hands. 2 more. And last one. Pause. Arms go up towards the sky. Arms fall down. 5 more. You've got this. Hang in there. And then fold. Put the soles of your feet together, knees open, and fold. Hinge as far forward as your body allows, and then walk your hands to where they can give you a deeper stretch. Let your knees fall as heavy as they can towards the earth. Okay, so one more challenge and we get to stretch. I know you're excited about it. What would the challenge be? Side plank is where we're going, but we're going to go to a kinder version of side plank. On your hand, both knees kissing. You're going to take an inhale, both feet kissing, and just lift your hips off. So the knees get to kiss and the hand gets to kiss the earth. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, a little different version. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and back down. One time for the other side. Whew. I know. All of these, to me, feel like they stretch me out. For me, everything in Pilates stretches me out. So my right hand is in front of the right hip, in line with the right hip, head and tail having a conversation, knees are kissing each other, feet are kissing each other. From there, I take a huge exhale to float my hips off, keeping it hopefully in line with everything, and breathing. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and back down. Excellent. Stretch your legs out as wide as they'll go and just fold forward. Breathe. Close your eyes and let your body feel like it gave you so much support that your mind can go to a really happy and grateful place for the rest of whatever you're doing today. And take the simple set of awareness with you everywhere you go. Thank you so much for playing. Have a lovely afternoon, day, evening, night, whatever it is. Bye for now.